Welcome to the Arrogant Witch YouTube show. I am Witch Naima, and until September 11th, I'm going to be here on the Arrogant Witch YouTube show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so until September 11th, so this is a new decision, because at first it was just until, particularly on Facebook, it was just for this week. So until September 11th, I'm going to be here on the Arrogant Witch YouTube show at 2 p.m. Eastern every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this is what I'm so excited to share. What we're going to be doing that's different than what we've been doing, and I really look forward to this, is I'm going to be making 24-hour witch offers. Now listen to this, okay? Over the last 3 months or so, there have been a lot of women, both who currently identify as witches and those who are scared to identify as witches, or those who are uniquely powerful and have yet to really claim that power, be proud of that power, and to deliberately engage in the work to cultivate that power and then wield it to create whatever it is they want to create. There's a lot of women who are watching, okay? And very few have committed to the Arrogant Witch community, which is great, because the Arrogant Witch community is not a come one, come all. It's not, right? The Arrogant Witch community is for those who are truly ready for the long game, okay? Meaning they've already suffered and struggled a long fucking time. And they're fucking done. Like one of our witches said in Atlanta, because we have 6 cities of Magic Tour and I've completed 3. Atlanta was our first stop. And one of our witches is like, I fucking refuse. Like, she was emphatic. I refuse to not do the thing I'm here for. I'm done. I'm not fucking around with this anymore. So that's a totally different energy and awareness and a commitment than somebody who's like, I know I have this power, but I'm not sure, you know what I mean? Or people think I'm crazy, or I know I just do these amazing things, but it's just, and I want to find out, like, I help people come to me for help, but I'm not really sure how to package it, how to help. I'm not really confident. Like, those are 2 very different women, right? And then there's nuances to other kinds of witches as well. The point I'm making here is from today until September 11th, here on the Arrogant Witch YouTube show, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to make a 24-hour witch offer. What is a 24-hour witch offer? A 24-hour witch offer is an opportunity for you to have a quick win. So I'm going to make an offer, and it could be at the beginning, it could be in the middle, at the end, but the offer will be announced when I'm live. Like today, I'm going to make an offer, okay? You have 24 hours to say yes to that offer, yes or no, right? After 24 hours, it's gone, it's over. The offer is no longer available. These are brand new offers you've never seen, I've never offered. They're also going to be offers that are already existing. Like we have the course that's coming up. So what I'll do is I'll modify and I'll add things, and I'll, modify it in different ways to renew it, make it exciting, give you incentive. And the point at the end of the day is for those of you who feel a kind of, not destabilizing, paralyzing. A paralyzing fear around really coming into full power. Or those of you who feel like baby witches, like, I'm new to this power thing, this witch thing, and this feels like I can't do too much, but I'll give you an offer that it's not a big commitment. It's not a long-term thing. It's not a huge financial investment, but it is an investment, and it gives you a chance to put your foot in the water and maybe gather, because one of the offers I'm going to make includes you being able to gather just for a couple hours with other witches who are dabbling, who are getting a feel beyond, higher and beyond tarot cards. Like, if you're the tarot card queen and you're charging fucking $30 for a reading, like one of our witches, her shit is fucking $500 a reading now. Like if you're ready for those kind of quick wins, yeah, this is home. So this is the Arrogant Witch community, by the way. I am in the business of helping magical melanin witches come into full power. This is a long game. It's a difficult game. It's a very uncomfortable game. But it's in my DNA, like, period. That's what I'm here for. And so we're here to build momentum. Magic Tour's final 3 cities is coming up. We want male witches in the room, male witches, warlocks, wizards, etc. And so this next 30 days is a great opportunity for there to be so much winning and us to spread the word more, for you to win, for you to grow, for you to become more, for you to decide to come to Magic Tour, come into the course, or whatever else ends up being offered here, because I'm making a totally different offer every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is so exciting. So today's topic is, does full power mean losing my friends, or my husband doesn't want to fuck me anymore? My wife thinks I'm insane. I'm not the man that she married, and she feels like I'm on some weird woo-woo shit, and she don't want to suck my dick no more. She not attracted to me no more. Whoop-de-wop. So, first of all, I will reiterate, as long as I deem necessary, that coming into full power is hard. New Age power is very easy. There's tons of support for you to come into New Age power. You just get yourself a tarot deck, you get you some pretty crystals, you know, you sit in silence and hear things a little bit and look cute or not, and come on the internet and talk about what spirit told you and whoop-de-wop, and use all the words that people are familiar with and make people feel like, oh, I'm getting a download. The ancestors talk to me. Meanwhile, they can't pay their rent. What ancestors you talking to and you struggling to pay rent? What deities are you worshiping and talking to at your altar, where you can't even invest the money for you to travel the way you want to travel, live in the house you want to live in, receive good dick the way you would like to request, whatever the thing is, receive a love, help. Like, see, that's New Age power, okay? Over here in full power, it's about having everything. And you're able to have everything when you admit that you are everything. As I said on Monday, you are God and you are the devil. You are benevolent and you are filthy. As above, so below. Whether you like it or agree with it or not. So I say that as a prelude to today's topic of, does full power, not New Age power, full power, does full power mean losing friends and losing my spouse? So the quick answer is yes. Now, let me get into the nuance of this. One of our witches asked this, like, how do I continue to come into full power while being in these interpersonal relationships? And so this is part of what I heard when she asked me this question. Will I lose my friends, my wife, my husband, as I start to come into full power? So again, the quick answer is yes. Now, the nuance of this is, some of you will be required to divorce your spouses, and some of you will trigger a transformation in your spouse, who can then meet you and you guys grow together. Now, I'll speak from my experience. I have said this here before, but maybe you're new here. So I'm a divorced woman. I got married when I was young to a great guy. Like, this guy is the guy that every woman wants. He's a provider. He respects me. Like, all the things. I didn't have to work. Like, all the things women want, right? The sex was cool. The sex was good, right? And I'm experienced, so there are levels to good sex, darling, okay? Anyway, so, good guy, right? And most women, right? This is where you start separating yourself. And remember, there's a lot, right? Average women, and you just got to be honest about who you are. This is not about better than and creating these superior, like needing to be important. It's just in your DNA or it's not, okay? Most women would not divorce that situation, right? Like what I just described. If you found a man who you loved and loved you and offered that and asked you to marry him, wouldn't you say yes? And would you leave? No, you wouldn't. Why did I leave that marriage? Okay. There was a way of being. And again, this is in your DNA and in your reality or not, that would not allow me to grow in the ways that I am today. Like, there's no way I could be who I am today with the man who was the man at that time. Now, remember I said earlier that sometimes you will infect your spouse, and typically you only infect when you're at a certain level of power, which I was not at that time, okay? You infect them in a way, and they are also ready to grow in their own way to where any kind of blinders that they have on or a lack of willingness to come into full power, all of that falls away, and they come and they join, and you two, that's how you're able to mature into full power together. That is a possibility. Now, you know your spouse, right? You a man, you know your woman. You know if she not with that, right? I was with a hood nigga. Okay? I was with a good hood nigga, like hood nigga turned good. Okay? And that he wasn't having, like, meditation was about as far as I was going to be able to go in that marriage. You see what I mean? You know your spouse, and you know you. You know that if you start bringing out the knowings that you have, the witches and the arrogant witch community, they know. We just know, right? And you go to your spouse and you're like, we need to move. And he like, honey, what? Because I just know. We need to move, we need to move, we need to do this, we need to buy that, we need to... And he don't know that you a witch and you coming into full power, and he not on the same trajectory growing the power as you, you're gonna look like a fool. That's gonna create problems in the marriage. Okay? And vice versa. Your wife, if she wants comfort, right? If she wants to know the plan for everything and where we going, and everything need to be clear and need to make sense, and she's one of those kind of females, you only gonna be able to go so far in that marriage, right? So you know who you are and you know who your spouse is. So it's possible that you have to leave your marriage. Now, what about after? Right? Who are you after the marriage? Because the fear is like being alone. Like the reason why a woman wouldn't leave that is for being alone. Now, at the time, I wasn't thinking about being alone. I was thinking about what the fuck I was just gonna do with my life. Because like how you guys have more clarity, just because this was, what, 15 years ago? Wait, 16? Yeah, this is about 15 years ago I went through this divorce. A lot has changed in the transformation space where there's greater awareness that was not present back then, okay? And so the thought wasn't, fear of being alone. The thought was, what am I actually going to do? I'm being pulled to grow into something more. What is the more? There's no vision. I'm not clear, right? What you have now is an opportunity to, and listen, whether you stay with your spouse or not, this opportunity is available to you or not. It's just really being honest about it. Is this the woman or the man who can really be a part of me becoming a gravitational force of nature in the world, that can really be primal in the world and be in sexual magnetic connection in a room with men and women without a spouse who's who you fucking like? Excuse me, we're building whole new worlds. We're doing things that the world has never seen. In the arrogant witch community, and let me just detour for a quick moment. In the arrogant witch community, on Monday, we have alchemical communions every Monday. And Monday was about, why is it that we believe, for those who believe, about Jesus turning water into wine and multiplying bread, but are we saying that we don't have the power to do that today? The essence of that spirit, the essence of those skills and ability, the spirit of that is the spirit with which we operate from and cultivate and nourish inside of the arrogant witch community. To be able to bend planets to your will, to be able to create a new reality out here in the world. Like, that's the power that we're dealing in. In order for you to be able to do that, your whole being, the way your mind works, the way you retrain your mind, the intimacy and truth of your heart, the way you allow your pussy to have room in your life, or your dick, without it meaning it doesn't mean sex all the time. You being an erotic truth of who you are is sexual and electric, and it doesn't have anything to do with sex necessarily. And then to be willing to be in your body as a male witch or a female witch and make decisions, look people in the eye, say no, receive, say yes, make a hard decision, be in a room with people, telling the truth, allowing yourself to be hot, like moving through the world like this. Do you currently have boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife who can withstand that with you, who can nourish that in you, who can encourage that in you, and even more, grow with you in that? So your spouse is either going to meet you in that, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, meet you in that, and then lift with you so that you guys become gravitational forces. Like, people not any, I'm not even concerned with those people. The people who know, they get it and they come aboard. They're in the arrogant witch community and we're growing slowly. This will take some time, but everybody will see. And some people already know. Or you will infect him or her. No, wait. So the first scenario, you infect them, you guys grow together. Or yes, you got to leave your spouse. It's hard. So what can you do about this? Like, when I decided I didn't want to be in my marriage anymore, it took me a year to actually like move out, get my, like, this shit takes time. And I was alone. Okay. I was 15 years ago. We're in 2000, let's say 22 now. How does one begin to feel themselves? Okay. Because once you have an experience, that's your evidence. Once you have an experience of your power, meaning you feel that white hot heat in your body, like we were experiencing in Magic Tour, like we experience in our weekly alchemical communions in the Arrogant Witch community, like what happens in my private calls with people where we are getting down into the kind of truth that makes your body shake. When you have those kinds of experiences that are true for you, it's undeniable. You can't run. It was like, you have the experience that blows your mind, that makes you cry, that makes you think deeply in a way that you've never thought before. So how can you do that beyond today's video? I'll tell you how you can do that. Here is today's witch offer. And I'm changing it on the spot because I actually had another offer. What I'd like to do is I'd like to host a one-off alchemical communion. So every Monday inside the year-long pioneering Arrogant Witch community, we have an alchemical communion. The intent of an alchemical communion is to burn off impurities. So you've heard me repeatedly say here on the Arrogant Witch Show about burning off impurities, about white hot heat, about alchemy. So, and you probably have already experienced this in your life, but you just never called it this. So when you are in a place where you are telling deep, whole truths, meaning like you're not telling just a little bit of it that you think the listener can take, or just taking enough so you don't feel judged, or you know how we lie, we tell half truths depending on the situation and who we're talking to and what it feels like. But when you start getting down into the kind of truth that makes your body tremble, that is alchemy. When you start being able to ask questions that the question only gets triggered because of the space that you're in, okay? Sarandon is here. Sarandon is in the Arrogant Witch community. She can tell you what the alchemical community is. And Sarandon, if you would like no obligation, but if you're willing and you would like, share in the comments right now what the alchemical communions, how they have benefited you, and what this heat that you've experienced in your body has done for you in helping you transform the particular matters that you're personally working on inside the Arrogant Witch community. So in this alchemical communion, which will be for 2 hours, no more than 5 witches are allowed. And you do not have to currently be identified as a witch, okay? Some women have asked me, well, if I don't identify as a witch yet, can I? Yes, so you do not have to identify as a witch to say yes to this alchemical communion. And surprisingly, like, this is not my thought, but this is a question multiple people have asked is, I'm a light-skinned witch, can I participate? Yes, dear. Yes, no matter your skin color, you can participate. You can participate if you're not even a melanin witch, okay? Just know that not a lot, but some of what we get down into has to do with walking through earth as a pigmented person, okay? So In these alchemical communions, with this one in particular that I'm offering right now, no more than 5 witches will be allowed. Now, you could consider yourself, not a, you could be an oracle, a shaman, a healer. You could be a mom who just knows that you have special powers and you want to burn off self-doubt. You want to burn off like brokenheartedness, and the way your brokenheartedness causes you to not let things in that you know would help your life if you let it in, right? Letting in help, letting in compliments, letting in more money, letting in nourishment from other people, letting in attention, okay? Um, the alchemical communions helps you to become more of the truth of who you are, because for that 2 hours we're focusing just on the 5 witches who are in this space, and you come with a specific thing that you know is your pain. So if you've been holding on to your gifts for the last 20 years, because when you were 9 or 14, you were able to talk to dead people, or you had this ability to see into the future, or you just knew how to do something and you said it to your mom, and your mom told you, stop doing that demon shit, don't bring that demon shit in my house. And at 9 years old, you shut it off. And for the last 20, 30 years, you've been wearing this persona, this facade, because you're scared of people rejecting you and calling you a demon and calling you crazy. But now it's too heavy to walk around pretending to be something that you're not, and you ready to burn that shit off. And you need somewhere to be where people don't think you in a straitjacket and you a fucking demon, even though demon means divine. Get into it, okay? Get the fuck into it, all right? And you come into a place where you burn off the fear, you burn off the self-doubt, you burn off the whatever the thing is. Everybody got sexual trauma. You were raped when you were 16. You were, you know what I mean? It's just so many issues that's coming up in the arrogant witch community. If you have always been like the stepchild in your family, maybe your sister and your brother have always gotten the attention, have gotten the credibility, and you're ready to be seen, you're ready to be the truth of who you are, you're ready to start telling people no. And the reason why you haven't been is because you're afraid of losing love, you're afraid of being rejected, you're afraid of them telling you, oh, you jealous, you hate, and you, right? And you're ready to become a fucking force, man. You're ready to become a force of nature and a gravity. Listen, this shit takes time. And this is why, for those of you who are like, this is too much right now, but I can do a 2-hour situation, the alchemical community is for you. So listen, this is how it works. The investment is $175, okay? No more than 5 witches are allowed, no more than 5. Okay, it's $175. It's for 2 hours. Now, it could go over a little bit, so be prepared, have some wiggle room. Don't schedule yourself to leave immediately in 2 hours, even though if you got to go after 2 hours, or even an hour and a half, you go. But I don't, when there's a certain kind of flow happening inside of the communion, and I feel like it wouldn't be in the best interest of what's happening to break it, and that means we're going to go over time, so be it. Okay, that's just FYI. So if you would like to take advantage of this alchemical communion, 2 hours, by the way, this alchemical communion is happening mañana. No, I'm sorry. No, we can't. Actually, I'm sorry. I just realized we can't do it tomorrow. We can do it on Friday. Today is Wednesday. We can do it on Friday. And it would be happening at 3:30 Eastern. Friday the 13th at 3:30 Eastern. Get into it. Did you hear what I just said? Friday the 13th at 3:30 Eastern. 5 witches, even if you might not identify as a witch, are gathering on Zoom, on video, no matter where you are in the world, for 2 hours to burn off impurities, to burn off lies and masks that we wear, and doubt and personas that we've been being that have not helped us get to where we really want to go, to start opening up our channels for receiving. Like, you bring what is important to you to these alchemical communions. Okay, so how do you sign up for this? You email me, naima@naimasingletary.com. That email will be placed beneath this video within an hour after I'm done here. And also, I'd like to make another offer, because doors to my 8-week premium live course 10K or more within 60 days. The doors close on Friday. So I'd like to make an offer for that as well, which is only available for 24 hours. So the link for the course is also going to be placed beneath this video. I'm also going to put it on my Instagram profile. It actually should already be there. So the 8-week course, let me talk about this 8-week course, and then I'm going to take questions, and let me plug up my laptop. Hold on. So I led a private training on Monday and ran ads for that training, and it's not a surprise to me at all. Like the video, please. If you guys have been finding value here, please like the video. Those of us who are in the coaching and transformation space, we see that Black people are not the ones who are making the money, right? Mostly, right? We see a few, right? But by and large, it's white men and women who are killing it, right? 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure months. It's normal. Like, it's almost like we expect them to do it, and we don't necessarily expect ourselves to do it. And so when I saw of all the ads that I ran and the amount of money that I spent and the small number of folks who on some level identified as a witch and wanted to sell their services, who actually subscribed to come to the training, and then the ones who did show up, and then the awareness level and experience level of the ones who did show up was just more confirmation of how most of us, we don't know how to package, we don't know exactly what our value is. And we're not even we got work to do before we're actually ready to receive making any amount of money, let alone 10K or more within 60 days. So I preface that with, the reason why I'm saying that is because to make mention of the worthy amount of work to be done. And I'm not a business coach. My work is about the being required to get to the money, not necessarily the strategy involved, although that a little bit of that I can help with because I know it, but it's not my genius, okay? To come to a place where you're genuinely ready to create 10,000 or more within 60 days with your witchy transformational services, with your healing services, with, right, the transformational work that you do, there's a way of being that's required. It's not marketing and strategy. That's a part of it, right? It's a small part of it. You can be on IG Live every day talking about your services and who you are. You could be posting on Instagram and Facebook and or wherever you're active 3-4 times a day. But if you believe, if you wonder who gonna buy this, if you are doubting, if you are like, I don't want people to find out the truth of who I am, like subconsciously, right? If you are in doubt, heavy doubt about if you can, no matter how much you market, it's not gonna work. And I know this after building an online 7-figure company in 4 years, but before that, struggling and doing the feast or famine thing. And being afraid to come out in fullness, being afraid to even charge highly because I was afraid of people calling me greedy and like, oh shit, what am I gonna do for $10,000? And not saying that you have to start off with a $10,000 package unless you're like, that's for me, but a $1,000 package, a $5,000 package, right? A $500 package if that's where you need to start. The point is, there's a way of being. There's a way that you think. The Science of, I've recommended these books before, I reiterated, The Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, Working with the Law. These books all help to, when you read them, like your life depends on it, like it's your food, and you give it like even 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes, like The Science of Getting Rich, Think and Grow Rich, Working with the Law. And there has to be a hunger to be paid well for your transformation. I got here because I was like, I just knew I was meant to be rich selling my transformational services. I just knew. And there was no other Black, let alone, not even a witch. There were no Black women around 2011, 2012. I'm not saying they weren't around at all. I'm saying I didn't know them. They weren't in my field, in my orbit, okay? So I know what it takes to go from you know, I remember my first coaching package. This was like November of 2011. Oh my God, the drama of it all, the immense, like, and then it's feast or famine, make money and then be broke. Don't make no money for like 2 or 3 months. Like, I know what it takes. And one, there has to be a genuine, sincere hunger, like, it cannot be because I feed it to you, because I influence your field, or because somebody else influences your field. Because, and a former mentor used to always say this to me, Naima, any man or woman convinced against his or her own will remain unconvinced still. Any man convinced against his or her own will remain unconvinced still, even if they're temporarily hypnotized. It has to be a genuine desire for you. If you genuinely know that you are meant to be rich, and rich is whatever you define it as, 6 figures could be rich for you, 8 figures could be rich for you. The point is, it must be a genuine desire. So if you know in your heart of hearts that you are meant to get rich, selling your transformational services, like you have been put on earth to take your healing, your wisdom, your transformation, your unorthodox ways, your signature intelligence, that which comes through you, and you know that you are meant to disseminate that in strategic, deliberate ways, wielding your full power, helping people all over the world, using technology to reach people all over the world, and you are clear in your hearts of heart that you are meant to get rich, helping people in this kind of a way, my course is for you, bottom line, because it's all about the being. Yes, we focus on, like, who are you serving? How many calls are going to be in your coaching package? Are you offering a retreat? Is it going to be phone or video? Is it like, yes, we get into all that. But 90% of the work is, who are you being? What's your expectation? What's your current receptivity level? Meaning, if you are in a place where you feel like you're ready to receive, and let's say you really feel it in your spirit that you want to blow your own mind and have your first $10,000 package. Well, let me make it more realistic for your consciousness and the ego. And I'm $5,000. Okay, you ready to sell your first $5,000 package, and somebody contacts you easily, like somebody you didn't even know was watching you, just DMs you, is like, that's, I want that package, I'm ready to, and your receptivity level is off, meaning immediately you're like, do they really want this? I don't know. Is this, can I do this? You start throwing up all over yourself with doubt. And you subconsciously create a repellent where suddenly they were ready, like the speed, they were ready to roll and go, but you threw up all kind of daggers of self-doubt in your own mind. And somehow they just don't want to work with you anymore because you no, like you're not ready to receive. Like, I've been around, I know how this shit works. Okay, that's why my course, 10K or more within 60 days, is so fucking powerful. Like, if you got that hunger, that true hunger, like I was fucking like, bitch, where is my money? My big, like, I was just so done with like this. And this, if you haven't done it yet, you might be like, wow. I remember I was charging $700 a month for a coaching package. This was like 2012. I had gotten up to $700 a month for my coaching package. And I remember being like, I'm just sick of this small money. I'm done, right? But I didn't say I'm done. I just remember being sick of it. And I remember starting to pray a lot. In 2013, I've told the story, right? This game of coming into power with receiving large amounts of money is 90% an energy game. It's 90% energy. Go work, go just work with the same way that you think, and you already see that you don't get, work hard, work, no. So, matter of fact, let me give the link right now so y'all can check that out. So, here's the offer as far as the course is concerned. I got so excited talking about that. So here is the offer. Oh, baby, yes. For the first 3 people who pay in full for the course, the first 3 people who pay in full within the next 24 hours, remember, these offers are 24 hours only. The first 3 people who pay in full for my 10K or more course will receive 3 private 45-minute coaching calls with me to use anytime between next week and when the course is over. So the course starts next Wednesday and it goes for 8 weeks. So you do the math, okay? So you get to have 3 private 45-minute coaching calls with me. And guess what? It doesn't even have to be course related. It could be about healing sexual trauma, which you know is part of my genius. It could be about bending planets. That's a personal thing, baby. It could be about dating as a witch. I mean, it could be about anything you want it to be about. The point is, when you pay in full within 24 hours for my 10K or more within 60 days course for Magical, which is amazing. It's a fucking amazing course. Then you get those 3 calls with me. So, Serena, can you put this link in the chat for me, please? Make sure you put the HTTP, okay? And I'm assuming you're still here. NaimaSingletary.com/10K course. NaimaSingletary.com/10K course. Remember to put, you know what? Let me see if I can do it. Let's see. Give me a minute, you guys. You know what? It's gonna go under this video anyway. Like, I don't even think it's gonna go into the video. Why am I doing this? Hey, Facebook. Let me go back. Where's my, this is what I mean. This is why I don't like to go off and click other things when I'm live, because I get to lose in my place and everything. All right, so just to reiterate these offers, and then I'm gonna look at the comments. I see Saranda been chatting it up. So the 2 offers are an alchemical communion. Oh my God. These are amazing. And I'm going to read Saranda's experience being in weekly alchemical communions inside the community. So alchemical communion, 5 witches. The investment is $175. That offer is available just like every other offer is available for 24 hours. To buy it, you email me, Naima@NaimaSingletary.com. My email will be placed beneath this video within an hour after I'm done here. The second offer is for the first 3 witches who sign up for my course, 10K or more within 60 days, which, by the way, we start next Wednesday, and the link for that course is going to be beneath this video. For the first 3 women who enroll within the next 24 hours, you will receive 3 private coaching calls with me to discuss whether it's something within the course and having to do with money and power and your beingness, or something else that you feel like you would really, really like my mentorship around. So let me look at Sarandan's words here. Before joining the group, I had no self-identity. I allowed people to use me. I have helped so many people and then ended up emotionally and spiritually drained. Now, since joining, I'm learning to gain that confidence through my assignments. Yes, because we have assignments in there to put myself out there and walk in my truth and who I am, because if I didn't, my life would be over, right? So keep in mind, even if you're watching this as a replay, because most people watch as a replay, my numbers are never high as far as my live viewership. And I'm talking about a very niche topic. So if you're looking for a famous broad, this ain't the, you know, you can make a lot of money not being famous, especially when you're premium, okay? So those are the offers. The links, which will be one link to the course, to register for the course, will be beneath this video within an hour. And then if you'd like to sign up for the white hot burning off impurities alchemical communion, which, as a reminder, is happening Friday, this Friday, so 2 days from today, at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to meet on Zoom, and we're going to engage in truths that unhook you from the identities and the fears that keep you living about the same way, so you can be free in your body and your way of being and go about doing what you came to Earth to do. All right, so that's a little toe in the water. No long-term commitment. It's 2 hours. You get in, get hot, and get out. Okay, so that's my word for today. Reminder, I'm going to be here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern with a brand new offer, and that offer is available for 24 hours. So please remember to like this video, subscribe, share the video, and I look forward to connecting with you all again on Friday, the 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for being here. I got to turn off all this stuff. Lord, okay.